I had an interesting experience a couple of years ago when, towards the end of the recording process of Water on Stone, I had all of these other tracks that didn't make it. And I was thinking, what should I do with these? And I made them available as an album, slate track thing, free download. But I was interested in the Radiohead model. They were going for pay what you think it's worth. I didn't want interested in that at all. I wanted what I call a PayPal patron. But if you like the idea of me creating work, musical work in the world, and you feel that you'd like to say thank you in a financial way, here's your chance. If you're not interested, have the music. So some people gave, some people didn't. When we averaged out the amount of money with the number of people, the amount of money was almost exactly what I would have earned in royalties from a major label. In fact, it made more money than Water on Stone for 6 months after the release of that, which is interesting. It's like the idea of, have you heard of the idea of an honesty bar?
Not really.
Honesty, some places, often a country hotel, they take the attitude that it costs more money to pay a bar staff member than to have people make a note themselves. So, help you take a drink, you write it in the book. So of course not everyone remembers or not everyone cares, but they make more money by not hiring a bar member, than doing it the other way. It's kind of similar. Actually, if you leave people to be their own judge, they don't like too much to think of themselves as a thief or dishonest or something like that. So I wondered if maybe music would be free in the future, but the artwork's going to cost you 20 marks. Or euros or marks. We haven't heard that too. Why did you do it? That where it come from? You know, maybe because that's the difference now. You see, the CD is not sexy. You know, we make something like this. This is a great photo, yeah. But it's just a piece of cardboard with a plastic disc inside it. Actually, it is not music. The music doesn't exist except as vibrations in air. So the carrier, this is the business's big mistake, because they always thought they were selling records. They weren't selling records. The record is the medium. It's not the message. Yeah, that's the philosophy. Now I'm saying you should see the vinyl version of this. It's fucking fantastic. It's amazing. The only photograph of me I can look at and go, yeah, that looks like me. All the rest is bullshit. What we sell has to be more sexy. I think people have to, if they're going to buy a thing and it's music related, we have to pick it up and go, smell it. You know, it's like I love books even more than records, you know, and hardbacks even, not paperbacks, you know, it's special.
And books didn't disappear so far, so
no, and files will not replace CDs. Might go, but CDs were never, ever as good as vinyl. Proper, they're not comparable in my mind. But if you do a comparison between the two, you can hear it. I'm looking at the possibility now with another project I have. I was trying to make a film. The Bride of the Abyss, and we've made the soundtrack, but the film is stalled. We can't get the money, you know. And I thought, fuck it. I'm going to write it as an epic poem. I've got all these things. I've got the music. I'll make a book. So you make the book, and maybe the book is handmade. So, like, you know, if you want a handmade one, that'll cost you €100, 200, whatever. Maybe there's another version that's this, and this led me all the way to Trent Reznor, who's a deep thinker in the future of marketing. His philosophy is very simple. You make your album as well as you can for as little money as you can. You give away lots of stuff. You give them a reason to love you. Occasionally you sell them something, but when you sell, you give them as many entry points into the purchasing market as possible. So if someone just wants to buy the files, $5. Someone wants to buy a CD, maybe it's $8, $10. Someone wants to buy you know, and you can create the things that make a difference to that person. Seems like a good idea to me at the moment. I can't think of a better one.
I think it's a good idea, yeah. And I think it's good to involve your fans. So you did it with a survey for your tour, for your maybe upcoming tour.
Yeah.
So can you give any hints to how it will move?
Well, like I say, I need to be invited to go to places. I haven't been invited to too many places. You know, I don't like to gate crash parties. I like to play concerts, but I don't like to tour. You know, that kind of. It's just about numbers. It's about money, and for me, you know, the music performance is like a sacred act, and that's the way I felt when I used to see my heroes when I was 13, 14, 15, and I like to try and preserve that. I'm not interested in spectacle or show business so much. If anything, you know, I'm probably going to end up like Leonard Cohen or something like that. Which is interesting because he's at the top of his game and he's the same age as my father. I saw him 2 years ago, just after he started. He was in Dublin, and the crowd just went. I could see 3, maybe 4 generations in one audience. And I thought it was just Ireland, a particular thing about Ireland. But then, you know, my ex-wife saw him in Sweden. He played 4 hours. And they went crazy for him, you know. And this is a serious man. I've always thought he was very funny. I met him once or twice. He's very funny. Very dry sense of humour.
I heard a story. He said he met his old teacher, his German teacher or something like that. And the teacher apologized for not being dead because he is so much older than he is, 90 or something. So, and that shows his humor. So.
That's it.
And what I saw at the show of him, and the audience is completely silent at moments, just listening like he's a fairy tale type or something. That's great.
There was one moment, and it gave me the strength to carry on for another 2 years. The Dublin concert, which is outdoors. It's not the way to see Leonard Cohen, I say. But he recited one of his songs as a poem. 12,000 people, you could have heard someone drop a pin. It was that quiet while he recited this song as a poem.
You had a special show too, in November, I guess it was, with Maurice Seezer, the score composer.
Yeah.
And you sang some Jacques Brel songs.
Right, we're still doing some of that. Yeah, I got interested in. I was feeling the need to perform, but nobody was asking for black. So Morris and I knew each other. We'd just been doing some work on a score that we just did of a movie produced in the area where I live, in Ireland, West Cork. And we share a passion for a lot of the same music. So we were just Sinatra, Brel, Cole Porter, Rod McEwen, so these guys. But the way that they connected is very interesting. And it's a local country hotel, and they gave us a great deal to do it, just piano and vocal, and very small, very intimate audience. See, this is working for people. In this day and age, you get the chance to get very close, maybe, to someone that you admire. You might have to pay more for it, but then I was looking at people paying maybe 90 or over 100 euros to see Michel Bublé that tall, you know, in a place with 12,000 other people. You know, it doesn't make sense to me. Because, okay, maybe the ticket price is high because of the show, but the show is just the show. The reason you're there is that guy, because he can really sing. Imagine you could see him in a room this size. How much would you pay for that? And I thought, I'd probably pay 1,000 to see Tom Waits in a room this size. Maybe more if I had it. Rolling Stones, yeah, I'd pay 1,000 to see them in a theatre. I wouldn't pay anything to see them in a stadium. You know? Okay, so isn't this the defining question of our age at the moment in the world, is redefining the concept of value. What is it we want and why? Because money's not going to do it. We know money in itself it does not make people happy. Things do not make people happy. If it did, I'd be very happy for them to have them. Great. But for the rest of us, what kind of world do we want to live in? We touched on this in the room.